Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. Now, let's jump straight into some stuff. Now, in the last episode, we somehow, and at the time, I felt like Rangers was going to be a really difficult game for us. I honestly did, and I feel that's because I had no sort of barometer of where we stood on the European stage. I feel like we are a lower half top flight team in Denmark, which to me feels like a pretty bad thing given that they're 21st in the Europa League, in the UEFA rankings. But we smashed them 8-1. I don't know where that came from. I don't think today is going to be the same. As far as I'm aware, Braga usually are the number 4 team in Portugal pretty much every season. Of course, we'll check them out properly in a minute. But before that, we did have one league game in between. I am showing you the squad view because some of you guys want to see this kind of stuff before. I've always sorted it by ability, but if you want to see it sorted by something else on a different episode, do let me know just so we can have a little look. I know it might spoil some goals, but you won't know, stuff like that. It's not quite so bad. Anyway, let's see how we got in the game against Lyngby. To be honest, this is probably one of the best performances I've seen from us on this entire save. Considering how good Lyngby have been the last sort of 18 months. Whatever it was, I think it was basically the confidence that came from the Rangers game. I do talk about morale quite a lot, and I do believe it has a factor, because I feel like if we hadn't had those good results against Rangers, this would have probably been a 0-0 draw, or not 0-0, we never do 0-0s really, like a 2-2 draw with some nonsense happening. But we won 4-0. We created enough chances to probably have 6 or 7 goals in this game. Ursan, you might have noticed I've changed his name to Ursam since I was butchering it even in the last episode. I know I probably got it right maybe once or twice in there, but I'm going to save myself a lot of trouble and just calling him Ursan from now on, because when I changed St. Brendan's name to St. Brendan, I just called him St. Brendan from that point onwards. I couldn't help it. Svenny also got a goal, and Mariano Bravo. We were 4-0 up at this game at half-time. I made some changes to the second half to rest a few players for the Braga game, even though it wasn't super close, just because I felt like we needed to do it. We could have had loads more chances in the second half to have goals. Didn't put them away, but it didn't matter. 4-0 against Lyngby. Really good result. Oh, also in that game, the first goal that Ursan scored was after 14 seconds. They didn't touch the ball between us kicking the game off and us scoring a goal. It's the fastest goal I've ever seen on this save. I think Franson got one in like 17 seconds at one point, but nothing as quick as that. Braga have won 5 games in a row. So there's that. Let's have a little look at Braga, actually, and see how they're doing in the overall, in the Portuguese league. Since we do have it turned on, it'd be nice to have a little look. So, traditionally, fourth. They had a 3rd in there, too, and a 6th, and a 6th, and a 6th. So, and at the moment, they're 5th. So they're doing pretty well, keeping up the usual kind of levels of Braga. The fact that they came 3rd is pretty good. Maritimo are currently 2 games played. Like, you can't really read much into that. Just if you're interested in Portuguese football. Wow. Benfica and Sporting, basically just Benfica. Sporting have been nowhere. And Porto, my goodness. While we're here, since we're on this, they finished highly every single season. Just no wins, which is a shame for them, really, I suppose. But they are in the Champions League, at least. So Bravo picked up a slight knock in training 2 days ago. And he's available for the game. I'm just a little bit worried, but I do kind of want to start him. Or do we save it and rest him and have him for that home leg? Because I noticed that Ursan has that runs through the centre trait and shoots with power. And with his deep line forward ability, maybe we could rest Bravo for today's game, not risk him getting injured, and then bring him back for the home leg, which, if we're going to win either of the 2 games, it's likely to be the home one. I feel like it's unlikely that we'll win either of these 2 games. We're kind of just here as a sort of token gesture at this point. But it's nice to have got this far. I didn't think we'd get through any rounds of the competition, let alone this one. And apparently, from what I was looking at, I think if we actually get through here, we'd go into the group stages. And I don't know what the prize money's like for that, but I don't know, must be a few £100,000 for getting to that point. It's been a long time since I've played FM in Europa Leagues. So for this game, we're going to move Ursan into the middle, and I'm going to pick someone else on this side, probably Saman Zahidi, because he is left-footed, and to give us a slightly different aspect to that. I would think about Stevie G, but I think that this is the kind of game where Zahidi could come in handy. Another bench, Garner, Radakovic, Bravo, Augustin, Safi, who's picked up a knock as well, and Stevie G. Okay, so Braga kind of play a 3-up-top system. Lots of sort of Eastern European names in there. Muric, Bakic, 2 of them. Spinelli, so they've got the guy from Recess in goal, that's good. Balanta up top, Thurn. I don't recognise most of these names. In fact, almost none of them. But there you go. So, question of the day, and today's question is a bit of a strange one. How would you sum up Felix Magath's time at Fulham in particular, the time he suggested Breda Hangland to rub cheese on his thigh in an attempt to cure an injury? I'm going to open this up to, what's the weirdest story from a manager of your club? Because Magath was an absolute crazy man. There was other weird stories I had from him when he was at, I think it was at Wolfsburg, where he'd have players run up to the top of a hill and grab a leaf from a tree to prove that they'd done it, and weird kind of crap like that. But yeah, the cheese thing is completely real. We should have got rid of that man a lot sooner. That's all I'll say on that one. Yeah, but yeah, crazy story from a manager from your club. I expect Leeds fans will probably have some from the end of this season now that they've got Bielsa. So yeah, drop that in the comments. And if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop that in the comments as well with the hashtag QOTD. 3 up top systems against us. Very hit and miss. SBO used to play like that against us, and we used to be all right against it. Oh, hello. Zahidi in behind. Oh, square it. Go on, son. Oh, my goodness. We've got an away goal. Braga 0, B67 1. Ersan with the assist. Saman Zahidi with the assist. Bayram getting in the box. This is what I was kind of interested in about Zahidi. That left-footed player takes 2 men there. Across he comes, and Ersan with the goal. We lead away at Braga. I don't think it's going to last. That's our first actual shot of the game, to be fair. So I feel like it's... Oh, God. Imagine if we got a second goal here. He says as we nearly get a second goal. We've started this game incredibly strongly. This is without our best striker as well. I mean, I know our best striker at the moment. Oh, God. Balanta's through. Great save from Ustigor. He's done a good job since coming in. Like, I'm thinking about pretty much using him as our full-time keeper at the moment because Castaneda makes some mistakes sometimes, but this guy's got better attributes, I find, for a sort of sweeper-keeper role, which is what we play. Possession is very heavily in their favour. Like, usually we get sort of between sort of 58 and 62 against us. But in games where we look really sort of under the cosh, it's generally closer to 70. That's usually the games where we struggle, where we get even less possession. Oh, God. Wow. To be honest, they probably should be level in this game at the moment. We do need to close down Juan Balanta because the pressure's starting to mount. We've taken the lead. That's all I could really ask for from us at this point. We're doing well. We've got the lead. Possession's even more heavily in their favour now. Shishi. Zahidi into the channel again. Can he pull it back post? Back post? Svenningsson! Oh, Spinelli with the big save. Despite the possession and the fact that we are clearly playing incredibly much on the break in this game, we've had probably the 2 best chances of this game entirely. I almost don't like being in front because I feel like it's given me false hope of the idea of us actually getting to a group stage. Which was far and away beyond anything I could have imagined this year. The issue I have a little bit with that is that I find it probably could hinder us in our ability to actually stay in the goddamn league this year. We don't have the most squad depth yet, and it would be a lot of extra games. So there is that. But the money would be good, I think. I don't know what the money's like. We'll find out, I suppose, if we somehow manage to pull this off. Or maybe you don't find out until later on. I don't know. I think there's some prize money, and then you get TV rights after that, I think. Zahidi, can he pull it across? Bayram! Oh, my goodness me. And another chance for us there. We're looking good on the break, that's all I'll say. Braga are having a lot of shots, but they're mostly from the edge of the box. We're actually sitting in a perfect position in this game. We can just hit them on the break for the rest of it, which is what we're going to have to do the entire tie. But it's these situations where we'll probably struggle. But Lever again. Svenningsson surely offside. No? Bayram? He's at the post. We've had so many good opportunities in this game, and it worries me that we might not... We're only going to go in at 1-0 half-time, and, well... We actually kind of pulled the possession back a tiny little bit. It says that Curtin's lost more possession than anyone else, but he's also won it back more times than anyone else. So, you know, Kowalczyk's the real downside for us at the moment, but we're winning the game. To be honest, I don't know where this has come from. Analysis. I mean, you could see why. They're just sort of knocking the ball around in this area and not really doing anything with it. I think if they started to exploit the flanks a little bit more against us, we might have more of a problem. Give those fans a performance to cheer for. And this is all without Mariano Bravo even starting the game. I hope he can make an impact when he comes back in. I might bring him on as a sub later in this game, but to be honest, if we're still winning later, like sort of 65 minutes, I probably won't bring him on because what's the point? No point in risking one of our best players who's on a slight injury in a game that we're already winning. Zardas, oh, wow! That was... Oh, Ustigor is keeping us in this match so far. As much as they've had lots of long shots, they're getting a few more chances now, and it is starting to look a bit like we're mugging them off. Maybe this is all the bad luck that we got against... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was a really well-worked goal. It's been disallowed. I was going to say, he looked like he was well offside there. Muric blocked. 58 minutes, and we're still 1-0 up here. 11 shots they've had of those 16 have all been from range. I think it makes them look better than they are, is what I would say. Right, 62 minutes into the game. Kowalczyk's not having the best game. We don't really have any options on the bench. That's something I really do need to sort out. Hang on. Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought for some reason they got switched over. That seems to happen quite regularly. Rivera. And maybe switch Augustin and put him in the middle. Just to get some... He's on a booking, and he's sort of the lowest performing of the 3. And maybe get Svenny off for... Let's get Radakovic in. I know Gardner's useful for these kind of situations, but he's more of a last-ditch effort kind of player who's pulled us out of some hell, whereas we're actually playing all right in this one, so we don't really need that. We just kind of need to keep it tight. Possession's creeping back towards us, I guess, because they're having more long shots. Come on, one more chance. Let's find a second goal. It would make that second leg so much more interesting for us. Balanta, over the top. Oh, to share us through. That's a goal. What a save from Østegård. Now, that was a good chance that they definitely should have converted. What a save from Østegård. He's kept us in this game today. If we get another clean sheet, it's because of him. Look at the ball. No, he wasn't offside. Yes, he was. Drops into midfield. This is nice. We're playing good football. Curtain ball over the top. Ersen's through. Oh, and saved by Spinelli. Another chance goes begging. My goodness. How is this only 1-0? To either side. It feels like there should be at least 2 or 3 goals in this game. Balanta. Shishi brings it down. Oh, I thought he was going to go for one of his long-range bangers, which he's never scored with. Get across there. Problems. Oh, good tackle. Around the side. And it's another miss from Braga. They've had a couple of chances late on that were really good opportunities, and they've somehow not taken them. Ball in. Headed away. I can't believe we're actually working on our 3rd clean sheet in a row at this point. Something I never thought I'd say with this team. Megales, saved by Østegård, and it's gone out again. Here we go. Radakovic's ball in. Bayram. Zahidi! Oh my god, cleared off the line. I feel like this is either going to end up 1-1 or 2-0. Please be 2-0. It has been all Braga for the last sort of 15 minutes of this game. But we still have an option on the counter. That's where we look dangerous. They've got, look at the amount of players they're pouring forward. Megales, round the post again. I mean, 20 seconds to go, and I actually think we're going to go and win in Portugal. I don't believe it. Into the channel for Zahidi. Go on, son. Pick a cross. Ball in. Oh, not quite. Rogers Jr. Kowalczyk. Go on, have one more shot. You know you want to. Oh, really, ref? I mean, I'm not complaining because we've managed to win the game. Now, for much of that game, I think we were the better side. They had a good last 15 minutes, but I still think in the balance of play, maybe a draw would have been fairer. They had some opportunities late on they really should have taken. But we had so many chances in the early parts of that game. A 1-1 draw might have been fairer, but we've got the win away from home, somehow. So, now, we're going to head over to the home leg against Braga. There is a game against FC Copenhagen in between, but I'm going to rest the entire team for that game because that second leg against Braga could be huge for us if we can avoid getting beaten. Surely they cannot be this bad in the second leg, and I think we got a little bit lucky in this game, to be honest. So, like I said we rested the entire team against FC Copenhagen. We were 2-0 down after just 10 minutes in this game. Then the game kind of just lulled out. We had a few chances. I made a few subs later in the second half, brought on Bravo and Svenny since they hadn't played quite as much, and also Moskuta at half-time because the guy I put in their place, he was flagging way too much. We got a goal through Radakovic. He hit the post, and then it bounced back and hit him again, and it went in. And then we also got a penalty late on, which Bravo dispatched, which was nice. I then threw it forward to see if we could snatch an equaliser, and that's when Benjamin Verbic made it 4-2. A much closer game than perhaps it should have been, but at least it didn't harm the goal difference too much. I honestly thought we could have lost this 6-0. Now then, for today's game against Braga, of course they are the favourites, still. I do not know how we won that first leg. Not only that, but getting our 3rd clean sheet in a row in all competitions is very, very surprising. Now that could change even more very soon, because we've had a goalkeeper join the club. One of our players that we signed from Africa a few years ago has joined us, and he looks quite good. More on that in a second. First, I actually have to go and repick the team again, which is going to just give me a minute. Okay, so we've got the team back again. Ersan, Bravo, Svenningsson, Shishi, Kowalczyk, Rogers Jr., Moskuta, Leva, Curtin, Rivera, and Østegård. You notice that they're pretty much all fully fit and ready to go for this game. We would have been much, much worse off had we not, because I figured we were going to lose against Copenhagen anyway, so it made no sense for me to play the full first team in that game when we've got a much more important game coming up here at home against Braga. I still have a feeling that we're not going to get through, but that 1-0 win away from home truly has given me a little bit more confidence, but you never know. On the bench, Holt, Garner, Saifi, Gardner, Nielsen, Augustin, and of course Salmon Zahidi, who pretty good for us in that first. I think he was man of the match in the first leg against Braga, so he really did take his chance when coming in. Now, hang on, I can't show you the goalkeeper from this menu because he's not registered and I have it set for availability. Here he is. This is Francois Konate. He's an Ivorian player. He's already got caps for the under-20s, and I believe he's already now, just as of now, just been called up to the next Ivory Coast squad at the age of 18. So, clearly quality. Determined personality, good handling. He's just a decent goalkeeper. Now, he is not eccentric and doesn't have a good first touch, which is important for sweeper keeper. So when we play this guy, which we will, because I've offered him a contract to stay permanently, a big one, a 5-year one, we'll just play him as a normal goalkeeper so he doesn't get involved in dodgy situations, basically. But I think he's quality. 19 determination as well. I'm a fan of this guy. He's a 4-star player. It's nice to have one of these guys finally rejoin us. The worst comes to worst, he could be another Yusuf Traore type of player where we sell him on for big money after a little while, after getting him on a big contract, essentially, and getting him some first-team football and getting people interested. That's the plan, anyway. Or he could be our goalkeeper for years. He could be the bigger Bolongo of this save. But my point is that that's a potential thing we could try. Now, they are playing a different system today, so there is that as well. This could be a problem, but we'll just have to play it by ear. We've got the lead from the home leg. That's kind of, not the home leg, from the away leg, which is something you don't normally get. Most of the time, you're chasing something in these home games. We're actually coming into this with an away goal and a lead. You know, I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet again tonight. It seems unlikely. They're going to be pushing right. Oh my God, surely he's offside. Bravo, come on. Oh, good Lord. Go on, Kowalczyk. If that had gone in, that would have been quite something. But what is it with the Europa League and goalkeepers behaving like lunatics? Rivera goes long. Svenningson's in. He's got Ersan at the back post. Can he find him? It's probably unlikely. Oh my God, he has! Yes! B67-1. Braga 0, or 2 rather, on aggregate. Oh my God, this is actually happening. This is a great ball down the pitch. I think from Rivera. Just lumps this into the channel. First time on the volley. Svenningson's there. I don't know where the other striker's even gone. We're basically playing 2 up front during this move for some reason. Svenningson, lovely ball in. And like someone said, maybe St. Brendan is no longer the patron saint of assists. Maybe it is St. Svenningson. Because that is something else. Right, we've got a 2-0 lead now on aggregate. Don't give it away straight away, please. Oh God. Oh, around the post. Braga with their first chance of the game. 8 minutes into this game, and we are 2-0 up on aggregate. But we know that conceding 2 goals in this match now would put Braga through. So it's still on a knife edge for us. Oh, God, that is a really good ball into the channel. It's surely going to be a goal. And it's hit the post again. Oh. Braga have had some bad luck over the 2 legs against us as well, I would say. Like, they should have had a couple of goals in that first leg, potentially. So should we, but still. I don't know how, but we could be on the verge of a Europa League group stage appearance. Bravo's in! Saved by Spinelli. A good chance for us again there. We're playing really goddamn well. Maybe we can make this a fortress in Europe, as has Ersan. He's been fantastic. Moscuza inside for Svenningson. Off the post, and it could have been 2-0 there from Svenningson. He's not been good in front of goal in terms of his scoring this season. I think he's got 1 goal, but he does have a lot of assists, to be fair to him. He is an assist machine. Won by Curtin. I'm really a fan of our defensive 3 at the moment. They've really impressed me. Ersan into the channel. He's got 2 men in the box. Can he pick one out? Ball across. Bravo's header! Oh my God, it's over the bar. That should have been 2-0. And possibly the tie with it. He's through. He's probably just going to shoot in the end, I think. Oh no, Rogers Jr. maybe. Can he dig a cross out? Svenningson has missed another one. It's kind of the same story as the first leg. Braga, lots of shots, mostly from range. Us, not as many shots, but lots of good quality chances. We're just not putting them in the damn net. I'm genuinely over the moon. And not only that, I'm over the moon with the performances of our back 3. In the last 4 games that our back 3 have started as a back 3 together, I think we've had, 3.5 clean sheets out of that. Maybe we're actually finding a bit of defensive solidity in these games. I don't know. They're not even been getting good, ratings as a result of it. Generally, the ratings for clean sheets seem to come in the second half, which is what I would say. If Bravo carries on playing as poorly as he has done in this game, he's on a 6.2 now, then what I might be tempted to do for the first substitution of this game is to get on Zahidi for Bravo and then put Ersan Bayram through the middle because he performed well there in the first leg. That might be my first change, actually. Yeah, we're going to make the change now. So we're going to get Zahidi on in there, but then swap him and Ersan over because Ersan can play through the middle and Zahidi's left-footed. Maybe give us a little bit of extra pace against some slightly tired legs, you'd have to feel. Braga have not been as good in this second leg as they were in the first leg, to be honest. I kind of keep waiting for something to happen for Braga to kick into life, and so far, it just hasn't happened yet. They came to life towards the end of the last game, and I'm hoping that they don't do something similar today. Svenningson, ball across. Zahidi! Oh, that's wrapped it up. That's surely it. B67-2, or 3 rather. Braga 0. I don't know how that's happening, but to be honest, we've deserved it. We've played really well today. Braga haven't really turned up. Moscuza into the channel here for Jonas Svenningson. So, okay, Svenningson's having a lovely time again. Ball in. Zahidi, of all people, with the header off the bench, and it's 2-0. On the night, and we are heading through, and I know it's the group stages next because it says group stage draw tomorrow. We're actually going to get to the Europa League group stages at the first attempt. I know some people in the comments were saying, I think you're going to get to the group stages. I genuinely think you're going to get there, and I just didn't think that was going to be the case. I honestly thought we'd get knocked out in the first round. Oh, not the first round. Yeah, the first round that we entered in. Let's kind of keep the clean sheet tonight, guys. That's what I really want from this match now, is to keep that clean sheet. Give these defenders what they deserve from tonight, which is a good rating in the game. Oh, good lord. Oh, my God. It's an absolute shambles. That is shambolic defending from Braga. And Svenningson gets a thoroughly deserved goal. The way he's played from a... Look at this. This is all them. 2 passes from them. It deflects here. I think Curtin puts the ball through. And then A mix-up between defender and goalkeeper. Svenningson's in. It's 4-0 on aggregate and 3-0 on the night. A thoroughly deserved win in this game, and we are heading into the Europa League group stages, where I've no doubt we'll get battered because there will be some seriously good sides in it at that point. But I think we should get some decent prize money from it. Like, I feel like don't you get like a couple $100 grand just for like getting a draw in one of those games? Or is that the Champions League? Zahid's through again. Oh, Braga are throwing everything at us now, but this game is far, far, far beyond them. Balanta's ball in, headed away by Leva. Sam brings it down, loses the ball. Oh, he has got the ball. Look long. Svenningson's in again. Can it be 5? Svenningsson saved. Sam at the back post. Svenningsson again. Saved. How have we not scored there? That is insane. It should be 5-0 on aggregate. We've battered them in this second half. They just had nothing for us. Over the top. Oh, God, don't you dare. Oh, no, no. And saved. Well, not saved. Saved by the bell. 7 clear-cut chances and 6 half chances in this game. It probably could have been 5 or 6-0 on the night. We have been unbelievable. That is one of the best performances I've ever seen from us in terms of chance creation. It's just like Lingby. That back three, I got to say. That's back-to-back clean sheets in Europe now. A league clean sheet. And I swear there was another clean sheet. Oh, the second leg away at Rangers was 3-0 as well, wasn't it? This is insane. Holy shit. £2.31 million. Is that just for playing in it? Or is that because of the TV stuff? Just very quickly, this is how the league table looks at the moment. We're 9th in the league with 7 points, a couple of points off of the championship group, but goal difference isn't great. Still some good players up there. If you want to pause this and have a little proper look, then feel free to do, but we've got to get onto the group stage draw. Right then, Europa League draw. I'm not sure where I'm going to put my face cam for this one. I'm going to try and move it around. There's a lot of big teams. There's Liverpool, Sevilla, Bordeaux, RB Leipzig, Roma, Valencia. We're going to get one of these in our group. Who else we got? Krasnodar, FC Copenhagen. Obviously, we can't have them. Fiorentina. Anyone easy? Probably not. Feyenoord, Watford, West Ham. Watford and West Ham, guys. Sassuolo, Espanyol, Apoel, HJK Helsinki. Fair play. That's kind of impressive, actually, to see them get as far as this. Dundalk also got through, which is pretty cool. Right. Normally, I would like to do the whole thing, but I think we're going to just have to because there's so many groups here. Draw all teams. Where are we? Couldn't have given us an odd. Couldn't have given us a Look at this group. Slavia Prague, Zagreb. No, we get Fiorentina, Ghent, and Valencia. Ghent, ironically, I guess, are the second seed in that group. I feel like 6 losses is probably on the cards here. But I guess we'll get some good attendances in the stadium. And by the time some of these teams play us, we'll be in our new ground, which means we're going to have teams like Valencia and Fiorentina are going to come play games in Greenland. So that's insane. Basically, not happy with that in terms of our chances of progression, but I guess it was going to be difficult anyway for us, so it's nice to play some big sides, I guess. That's going to be fun. Okay, so scheduling wise, it's going to get a bit dicey. What I plan to do for the next episode is off camera, I'm going to play the game against Aalborg and the game against Vardar in the cup, and then the game against Odense, obviously. Those will be the off-camera games. Then we're going to come back and play the first game against Fiorentina. We'll have Esbjerg and AGF off camera, and then we'll come back and do Valencia. It's going to be a bumper episode of games. There's going to be 4 league games in there, a cup match, and 2 games in the Europa League. It's the best way I can think of doing that whilst concentrating on the Europa League, because I do kind of want to focus on it, particularly in this first season, because I don't think we're going to be back in it for a few years yet. So it's nice to sort of take advantage of that. And the league will hopefully keep ticking away. We can pick up a few wins in there at some point. Aalborg will be difficult. It's a shame it's away. Odense is potentially winnable, although they're having a good start to the season. Esbjerg are struggling, and so are AGF. There's definitely some points in there, although people will be then again, I'm not sure I will rest players for the Europa League games at this point, because I just don't think we have much chance of beating those teams. Maybe for the Ghent match, because we've got Bromby in front of that. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode and us qualifying for the Europa League group stages, do drop a like on the video. That would be amazing. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We've got to enjoy this while it lasts, because I feel like we probably won't be playing in Europe for a couple more years after this, but I don't even care. I'm just having a lovely time with this, and I hope you are as well. I'll see you guys in the next episode for all kinds of goodness on all different fronts. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.